Hey, rich friends, it's your girl Cha Cha reporting live from the Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I created my channel to help as many of you guys as possible become independent and profitable traders. So if that's something that you've been looking to do, you are in the right place at the right time. Now, if this is your first time here, I do want to welcome you and thank you for checking out my channel. I encourage you guys to look around and see what else I have because I have so many playlists that can be helpful to you, especially if you're a beginner. I have videos on candlesticks, indicators, and strategies. So just again, be curious, be nosy, and if you have any questions, you can leave them down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. I do want to give a special thank you to you guys for being so active and supportive. I got a record amount of shares on the channel this month, so I'm just super grateful to have all of you here with me, and I'm grateful to be a part of y'all trading journey. So if you have been a loyal subscriber and you've been around for a while, just go ahead and drop some sevens in the chat so that I can give you a special thank you. So in today's quick video, we're going to be going over one of the first strategies that I learned when I first started trading. It's very simple and you don't even need any indicators. It's just a simple trend line. And this may or may not be something that you're familiar with, but hopefully by the end of this video, you will have something new that you can add to your trading arsenal. Now, the first thing we need to understand is how the market moves and what we're looking for. If you've never traded before or this is your first tutorial when it comes to trading, these are things to keep in mind. The market can be moving three ways. It can be going up, and you'll notice this by a series of green candles. You'll see the shape looks like it's going up, and you'll also see that higher highs and higher lows are being created. Now, that may sound a little more confusing than it actually is, but it's quite literally this was a low, and as the market pushed up, it created a higher low. And this was the high, but as the market pushed up, it created a higher high. Now, this is something you should be able to identify with your naked eye just by looking at the chart. You'll be able to easily say, okay, this is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, or the market is consolidating. Now, if the market is in an overall downtrend, you'll notice the shape looks like it's going down. You'll see more red candles than green candles. And you'll also notice that lower highs are being created. And again, this is exactly what it sounds like. This was the high. And as price pushed down, it tried to get back to the previous high, but it couldn't. And a new lower high was created, just like new lower lows were created. And that's really a concept you need to lock into your mind because those levels, the higher highs and lower lows, are going to be what you want to target when it comes to taking your take profits and your stop losses. Now, when it comes to using the trend line, it is one of the many free tools that TradingView offers, and I'm going to show you how to use it right now. So, well, before that, if the market is not moving up or down, it's moving sideways like this. And when it's moving sideways, it literally means that it's selling and buying and selling and buying and selling and buying in the same area until it decides to have a break of structure either on the upside or the downside. And that's how you know what the trend is doing. And that's what the trend line is going to help us identify is which way the market is going to go after a consolidation phase. And we're going to use the trend line to do that. So the first one example that we're going to look at is we're going to look for a sell example, and we're going to back the market up to here. So when you're looking for a entry point for a sell, there's two things that you want to identify. You want to first see, is the market actually going to continue this selling pattern, or is it going to turn around and continue to buy like it looks like it's starting to do? So the first thing you do is get your trend line. And once we've identified that this is a selling market, right, for the last couple of days, because we have more red candles than green candles, we can see the market going down, and we also see those lower highs being created. You want to get your trend line and you want to connect as many of those candle tops as you can, because this trend line is going to act as an area of resistance. And you just want to extend your trend line a little bit. So we can see we got a few touches is there. The more, the better. The second thing you want to do is you want to draw another trend line following the counter trend. This means that if the market was going down, we see that a new low was created. We want to connect our second trend line from the bottom of that low back to the initial trend line. Now, if this market was going to continue to sell, what you would see is the candle bounce off or use the top trend line as resistance and then come down below the bottom trend line. This would confirm that the market wants to sell. So if you're going to use this technique or strategy, again, for a sell, you connect the top wicks for the main trend, and then you connect the bottom wicks for the counter trend. If it resists the top trend line and breaks below the counter trend line, we know the market is going to continue to sell. And we would want to target our previous low, right? I'm targeting this previous low for my TP. So let's go ahead and hit play, and we're going to see what happens. All right, so we see the candle actually did reject our trend line. We see that it broke past the counter trend line. We see it's continuing to resist off of that. Now we're going to see if it actually pushes down to our previous low. And perfect. Our trend lines gave us a really good entry for a sell, and we would have been able to secure some profit. It's really that simple, guys. You use two lines and you look for which direction the market breaks structure. So let's look at another example, and this time we're going to be looking at a buy example. And we're going to start here. Now, when you're looking for a buy, this time, instead of connecting those higher lows those lower highs that were being created, this time, instead of connecting those lower highs that were being created, now we're going to start to connect the higher lows. So at the buying trend, you connect at the bottom. At a selling trend, you connect at the top. So here we go. We drew our trend line. Just make sure you have as many touches as you can get. This looks like a few. And then you want to take your second trend line and you want to counter that. So there we go. Now, if this was going to be a continuation and the market was going to continue to push up, you would see that the market would come down to our previous trend line. The market would be supported because this acts as a level of support. And then it would bounce up and break above the top line. So let's actually see what happened. We see the market came down close to our bottom trend line, and then it broke above the counter trend line, giving us the confirmation that we should have entered the sell for a buy. And as we can see, it's coming back down to the trend line again, and it is continuing to push up. So this is a very simple strategy that anybody could use. You can use this strategy as a beginner. You can add this to the list of things that you're already doing to trade. But more importantly, if it makes sense to you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below in the comment box. And if you want to connect with me outside of YouTube, like on Tradingview, on Threads, or Instagram, that information is also down below in the description box. So that's really all I have for you guys today. Until next time, rich friends.